Say hello to the first episode of me simping over Vincenzo. Okay, so if you've seen Song Joong-ki's new show Vincenzo, then you probably know what I'm talking about when I say that Vincenzo Cassano is just one of the most simpable characters there are. Simpable even a word? I mean, just the premise of the show is already enough to hook you in. Korean Italian mafia. Only evil can punish evil? It already captured my heart just by showing me these words. And really just look at him. Just look at Song Joong-ki wearing this suit. It's just, I can't even, you see what I mean? And since you can already see how much I am in love with this show, I decided, why not review every single episode? Yes, I just decided to review a 20-episode K-drama. One video, one review per episode. Please stick around if you enjoy my content. So right off the bat, we're introduced with Vincenzo Cassano, and he's just in this car and he's going to meet someone whom he already has this pretty amazing threat. And then he proceeds to burn down the entire vineyard. Yes, you heard that right. He proceeds to burn down the entire vineyard. And then he proceeds to have this conversation with his stepbrother, or just someone he considers as a half-brother figure, because I'm not quite certain if Pablo, the person who died, who he says his father, is actually his father. I mean, it could just be a father figure, so I'm not entirely sure if they're actually brothers. Anyway, he does this badass line and says that he will always be ready to prove his loyalty when he deserves it. And then there is this badass scene where Song Joong-ki just proceeds to evade assassination and then just tell his brother that if he comes looking for him after he leaves Italy going to Korea, then he's not gonna wait for his brother to come out of the car before he makes it explode. And yes, he did just make his brother's car explode. Isn't that just enough to already fall in love with this K-drama? I just love Vincenzo and his very, very dangerous and intimidating persona. So I'm not going to take you step by step through the entirety of the episode because that would mean just me gushing for around an hour or so. So I'll just get to this main point that I absolutely loved. And then when he gets to Korea, it isn't really all that mafia-like, to be honest. It is filled with so much humor and comedy. There's actually this one guy who's a tenant in the building that Vincenzo wants to blow up, and he also owns a restaurant in said building, and he is basically a poser. Actually, not basically a poser, he is a poser. He keeps telling people that he learned how to cook in Italy and that he knows how to speak Italian and all of that, but of course, since Vincenzo is actually from Italy, he can immediately debunk that. Which is why when Vincenzo proceeds to just eat there the next day, he just roasts him, and I mean, you feel bad for him, but at the same time, it's actually pretty good criticism, so yeah. And then you've got the fact that all of the characters are already introduced and you just absolutely love it, and then you just have the entirety of the plot playing out from minor things and just the introduction and humor, basically filled with so much more humor, and then some drama, and then you've got that badass, really just final moment where Vincenzo just shows a bit of his mafia side. Really, it's just so good. I mean, if you've seen the first episode, you already know what I'm talking about. Now time to get to the actual review part. Okay, so right off the bat, I already told you that I immediately loved the fact that it was focusing on something like the mafia. And the fact that Song Joong-ki just has this amazing Italian is really just making me sim for it even more. And really, for the first episode, you can immediately tell what the series is going to be about. It's going to be about the mafia, it's going to be about how he dealt with it, it's going to be a lot of chaos, it's going to be filled with a lot of mystery, it's going to keep you on your toes about what's going to be happening. And really, you're just going to be enjoying this a lot because it's very dark, yes, but it also has that humor, as I've said, it really just balances out everything, and you're going to get all those moments when Vincenzo is very manipulative, or when he just wants to get what he wants. And then, really, it's just going to be a mix of all those things that really make K-dramas absolutely lovable. And really, it has Song Joong-ki starring in it. Isn't that enough of a reason to watch it? Really, this K-drama is just very promising right off the bat, and I cannot wait for the next episode. So, if you'd like to see me gushing about episode number 2 of Vincenzo, then stick around, I guess. So, see you in the next review. Bye!